Hello, I'm Mark Laurrie, the Superintendent of Schools in the Niagara Falls City School District, and today we're putting together a right to know type video for our staff as we prepare for a return and hopefully a full return to work for our employees and eventually our students. Before I get into this return plan and the reason for this video, I want to extend my deepest thanks, congratulations, and appreciation to our staff for the patience, hard work, and dedication that they've done over the last 15 weeks of this COVID pandemic. Unprecedented, uncharted waters that you've navigated, and we've continued to soar in this district and keep all of our systems moving forward for the betterment of kids, for the learning of kids, for the safety and protection of kids, our core mission. So from me to you, a heartfelt thank you for your patience, your support, your kind words, and all the work that you've continued to do, albeit remotely in most cases. You've done a great job. To that end, as we start to transition back to what we know will be a new normal, and I get tired of hearing that because it's just what we have to do, we want to start setting the stage with information for you, better practices for you, and expectations for you as we start to return our employees to their full-time positions. Before I start those kind of reminders and pieces of information, I want to tell you, as of this filming, which is in late June, we really do not have any updated information on what September will look like for our students. So if you're watching this and you have questions about September, we're still in a research, review, and information gathering process. It's going to take a while. I pledge to continue to make auto dialer phone calls, YouTube videos, use the television, both our in-house channel 1302 and the local news media, along with the newspaper, radio, and any other source of medium that we could use to get you information. I just don't have information on what September will look like. So the focus of today is around the date of July the 6th. That's the date that we've selected in conjunction with the phasing in from the governor of when we will start to return to work at 50%, 75%, and hopefully within the end of the month, 100% return for our employees, so that we can prepare both our secretarial staff, our administrative staff, our important cleaning staff, our food service staff, and all of the functions that we'll need to hit the ground running in September, no matter which way school opens. So let me give you a few pieces of non-negotiable information that you'll need to know about and be prepared for. And then I'm going to bring in our school medical director, Dr. Joanne Civaroli, who has been at the right hand of making all of these decisions, giving guidance, and has been a conduit of information to me, to our district, and to our community about what are best practices in health, what are our best safety protocols, and what are the things that we must do to continue to flatten the curve and put COVID away for good, which is ultimately the goal of everyone. So I need to reinforce the fact that social distancing now and into the near future will be critical. Schools are social places. It's going to be difficult. But in every instance, those of you that are returning on July 6th and thereafter, you need to practice social distancing. I know that becomes difficult for some of our cleaners and grounds people who need to move furniture and move equipment. Please keep that in mind all of the time. We're going to ask and require that you always have a face covering. Dr. Joe will show you different face coverings and how to properly apply them. I have my favorite face covering with me right here, my second favorite face covering right there. In front of me are a couple of decals that we have purchased and will be putting in schools. These decals will give you the 6-foot distancing that you probably see in stores, restaurants, convenience locations, so forth. I know it's funny, but this is where we want your feet so that you're safe when waiting in lines or waiting to enter. We also want you to wear those masks. My Niagara Falls board mask, my Niagara Falls School District face covering will be on me as much as necessary when we're interacting with people. Those are non-negotiables. I also would like to tell you that beginning July the 6th, that there will be nurses in our schools each morning between 7 o'clock and about 10 o'clock every morning. The nurses will serve a very valuable purpose. They will be the ones that will review a brief questionnaire that we'll ask you to fill out and complete every day. Now, the way you'll fill that out, we hopefully will evolve and morph into being able to do it right on your phone. Our IS staff that's been working with us is going to work very hard to make that happen. If that doesn't, at least at the beginning, there will be a paper form that we're going to ask you to fill out. Dr. Civaroli will get into the questions and the reasons why. We're also going to ask that your temperature be taken as you enter any one of our facilities. The temperatures will only record a yes below 100.4 or a no above 100.4. And of course, if you're below that, you're going to proceed to your work location. If it's above that, you're going to have a conversation with one of our nurses or Dr. Civaroli. I also need to tell you that, especially in light of what Governor Cuomo stated yesterday with the contiguous states to us of New Jersey and another state, that if you're traveling outside of New York or you're traveling to the city, New York City, the big city, we're going to ask you to quarantine, to report and quarantine yourself for the safety and protection of others. The same reason why we insist on you wearing a mask. More details will be available when you're talking to your school nurse. If you're to enter after 9 o'clock on any day and your school nurse isn't there, we're directing you to come to central office where there will be a nurse stationed all day and you'll complete your required documentation and temperature checks then. If you move from building to building, you only need to do it once a day. Most importantly, if you feel ill, if you feel sick, you need to stay home. You need to call in, you need to use the ASOP system, and you need to let your supervisor know. Your supervisors will be informing who and when you're supposed to come in. But beginning July 6th, quite frankly, we're going back on the accrual system of needing to take sick days if you're ill, personal business days if you have personal business, or vacation time if you're taking a vacation or need a vacation of any sort. We will begin, as of July 6th, monitoring your accruals and asking you to follow that process. As a side note, there are special legal provisions for you if you are involved with COVID, either caring for somebody or have it yourself. In those individual cases, and we pray there are very few, you'll need to contact Ms. Massaro in Human Resources and your union representative to find out how your accruals will be denoted. Those laws stay in place till December 31st, so in addition to you being you being in tune with them, our Human Resource Administrator and your union presidents know those very well. Please pick up the phone and ask if you have a question. I like to just check my notes here to make sure I have everything stated that I want to. I think I have. I went very quickly through it. Dr. Civaroli has presented two documents to us. One is a full 12-month reopening plan, and one is a shorter, easier, quick read for employees. We'll make sure that those documents are in place, as well as the questions that you're going to be asked to complete. We hope this right to know type of video helps you to understand some of the practices. It'll be archived and you can watch it over and over again. And I would like you to make sure that you check in at the end of it so that we have a record that you've watched this. Once again, I want to thank you for your support, your patience, your concern for your health and others' health. And with that, I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to turn it over to our school medical doctor who's done a wonderful job, Dr. Joanne Civaroli. Thank you very much.